checking your stove when you leave the house, check that space heater every now and again. You leave the room, check it closed before you go, or go and cut it off. But keep it 3 feet away from your bed, your curtains, and your flammable materials. You're flammable. I know that feels good. I like it myself. But don't get too close to that thing, especially if you've got flimsy breeches or pajamas on. You might catch them off and catch them on fire. I need for you to be careful. I don't want to come to your house unless it's for cooking. That's the only reason I want to come. I like riding fire trucks, but I don't want to come to your house unless you're cooking, okay? All right. When buying a space heater, look for the control features that automatically shuts off the heater if it falls over. If one of the kids knocks that thing over, it needs to automatically shut off by itself, or you don't have to do anything. Keep the fire in the fireplace, or making sure you've got a screen large enough to catch flying sparks and rolling logs. If you got a fireplace, that's a wood stove with nothing better. Make sure that screen is going to catch anything that happens. And I have seen those logs come out of there, and got really lucky that the house was tight and put it out. But logs rolled out of the fireplace one day and burnt the living room, but it would burn the rest of the house, and the house wasn't tight. So make sure you got that screen in place. The main thing is, maybe your house does catch on fire. You know, we can't predict everything, we can't prevent everything. But I need for you to be outside in the yard waiting on me. I need for you to get out alive. It's too hard to drag somebody out of the house, so don't make me drag you out. So I need for you to get out. Now, what's the best way to do that? Have your smoke detectors working in your house. Do it. Test them. Make sure they're there. Install a smoke alarm on every level of your house and test those batteries every month. You can take your broom handle and you can push that little button from the ground. You ain't got to climb a ladder. You ain't got to, you ain't got to do all that stuff. You can take a broom handle and push that little button and test it once a month, okay? And change those batteries once a year. And if you're not able, make your Grand Monster do it. They're coming over, you know. We'll come do it also, free charge. The fire department will come do it. If you call us, we will put you up a free smoke detector. We'll put you up however many you need. It's called the Deanna Project. Little girl passed away in a fire at Fairview. Her name was Deanna. If they had smoke detectors, she'd still be here today. We didn't like that very much, so we started the Deanna Project. We have been around to every trailer park in the Twin County in our jurisdiction and install smoke detectors for those folks. We'll do the same thing for you. All you got to do is let us know. I'll be around a few minutes after I get done talking. If you don't have one, come to me. I'll get your name and address. I'm going to call you. We're going to put you one up. You can also call the fire department and the police department and tell them what you need, and don't call 911 now. But you can call 236-2189 for the fire department. That's the direct line, and we'll leave it on the machine, and we'll come out and put one in. You call the police department and explain, and they'll get the message too. If you'll see me here in a minute, I'll get your name and address, phone number, and I'll call you in a few days, and I'll get some put in. I need for you to have working smoke detectors in the house. And, yeah, I've got smoke detectors. I don't need this. I'm ready for lunch. Well, maybe your grandkids don't. It's just like I tell these little kids at school. Go home and remind mom and dad to check your smoke detector. Go home and make an escape plan. Mom and dad's too busy. Well, maybe you guys right here have time to tell your kids, to tell your grandkids. You got your smoke detectors working. Do you have a fire safe plan? Do something. Go to work. Check on your neighbors. Make sure their smoke detectors are working. Okay? If you need a smoke detector, call us. I also need for you to have a fire escape plan. Develop and practice a fire escape plan regularly, at least twice a year. And you need to keep the exits free of debris. Your grandkids keep bringing more and more stuff, and you ain't got nowhere to put it. Love them to death, but what are they doing? So you pile it up against the back door. You can't do that. You might need to get out in the middle of a fire. Maybe fire's in the living room where your front door's at. Your back door's cluttered up with all that stuff that you got settled on. Don't do that. Re-gift it. Yeah, re-gift that. So you ain't got to go to Walmart this year. You don't have to worry about pepper spray this time. Right? You ain't got to pepper spray somebody to get the best deal in line. we're coming. I've been in houses where we had a path to get through. A path, literally. I'm a skinny little run. And that's all we do to get through there is a path. Grandkids keep bringing stuff. Don't pop in front of your doors. Keep yourself a means of egress all the time. Get your escape plan ready. Holiday safety trips. Look at this place. It's nice. I mean, they've got lights, they've got trees, and you do too. At the same, well, it looks good, but a little of it can be dangerous. If your lights are plugged up into one outlet, and you got 47 strings of lights in one outlet, that's going to overheat. You know what? You're laughing because you know it. You say, yeah. Cut that out. I don't want to come to your house unless it's recurring or hanging. So don't do that. Make sure you've got a power strip that you can plug things into. Those things have little fuses in them. So if something does go wrong with the set of lights, if it shorts out, you'll cut itself off and it won't cause a fire. Check those cords. When I'm done at the end of the year, I throw those cords in the box and I break stuff left and right. Well, you probably do the same thing. Check and make sure there's not any bare spaces and wires showing and that sort of thing. Water that tree. Okay, keep that tree away from heat sources and vents. If your furnace vent is right here beside the tree, it's drying out that tree just as hard as it can. I got an artificial tree. I got tired of hunting in the woods forever and ever, and 3 hours later we came back to the same tree we started at. You know what I'm talking about, fellas. That's right, you know. So I got an artificial tree, much better. But if it's near a vent, it dries it out extremely fast. So be careful with that, okay? Keep packages of paper away from heaters. Space heater I was telling you about, those kids will throw those packages right down next to it. Keep those packages and paper away. Inspect holiday lights for frayed wires. Never put your wrapping paper in the fireplace. It's good to start a big quick fire, but it also floats around and you come right back out that door, okay? Avoid using lit candles. It's a little battery powered one, but if you're using lit candles, that's just something else getting knocked over and messed up. Mr. Chris wanted me to talk a little bit about outdoor fire safety too. You see out west where they got all those monster brush fires. Last spring around here was a bad time for brush fires. We had some, I've never seen a brush fire outrun me before. And it was gone. I mean, it was flying in that wind. So I need for you guys to keep your house safe on the outside also. You need to make a defensible perimeter around your house. If your house has got leaves and everything piled right up against it, you need to have somebody rake those away. Or if you're doing yard work, rake that stuff away. Keep you 30 to 100 feet around your house, so if the woods next to your house catch on fire, it's not right up against your house. Please don't burn debris on windy days, and don't burn debris right up against the house. All them presents and all them present boxes and all them wrapping paper. It's nice to get rid of them by burning them. Do it away from the house. Don't do it on a windy day. I don't like brush fires. Ain't nothing but work. If I wanted to work in the garden, I'd be a gardener. I don't want to rake. Ain't no fun. So don't burn on windy days because that stuff takes off on us quick. Don't use gasoline to start a fire. I don't know how many times we've been called out because the little neighbor next door heard an explosion and saw a fire. Well, boy, the whole department's coming. I mean, we're just applying to the station. They loading trucks left and right, and we get there and some dude has started burning the Christmas boxes and used a little gasoline, and when he did, it made a fire. It was a dandy. Now, we'll wait just in a minute. He's standing there with his rake and his water hose going, why is 14 trucks coming to my house? Well, we're doing the same thing. It's because you poured a half-gallon of gasoline on there and lit it. That lady next door levitated out of the bed. It scared her to death. So it scared her to death. Don't do that. So if you're burning your debris, don't use gasoline. Freaks out everybody in the neighborhood. Okay? Make sure fire trucks can get up your driveway. There are a lot of driveways. Folks love to put in houses back in the sticks. Well, then fire trucks don't drive through the sticks. Make sure you've got a wide enough driveway. The trees are cut out of the way so we can actually get a truck in there. You'd be amazed how many times that we can't do that. We also need to know what your house number is. Either on the house, which number on the front post of the house. Mine's 117 Crestview Street. 117, big and proud. more at the mailbox. You live up the driveway, I can't see your house from there, and you spend an extra 2 or 3 minutes trying to run back and forth to your house. The only way to find it sometimes is when the fire gets big enough and we see all the smoke. Don't do that. We'll get there quicker, we'll keep it small. Right? So work with us on that, do that too. Remove leaves and brush from around your house and keep it fire safe. You know? Now, I have rattled and rattled and rattled. Do you have any questions about what I've rattled about? Anything at all? It's lunchtime, you're going to be quiet, aren't you? Any questions?
I want to ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I have fires alarm in the hall.
Yep.
Do I really need one in the kitchen?
Kitchen is a bad place for a smoke detector because when you're cooking, if you cook like me, I make smoke from a pot of water. I mean, it's just good. So every time you're cooking, it gets a little smoky. That thing's going to go off, and when we go to somebody's house to do that, most times they get tired of taking battery out of it. Get one in the hall, near the bedrooms is the most important thing. You're sound asleep. My house has got a fire smoke detector in every bedroom. It needs to be in there so it can wake you up. I need you to get up. I need you to wake up and get out of that house. Put it in the kitchen is not a good idea, but maybe in the living room next door to the kitchen. Okay? That's a good idea. But one on every floor of the house, 2 or 3 in the house don't bother a thing. And what does it mean when your smoke detector goes beep? That's right. You'd be amazed how many folks call us and say, my smoke detector's going on. No, it's not. You're all right. Change that battery. Keeping batteries changed regular, and it's easy to do. Just because it's chirping does not mean you get to knock it off the wall of that room handle. Change that battery or call us, and we will come out and change your battery for you. If you can't get up there and do it, it's all good. We'll take care of it for you. That was a very good question. Don't put it in the kitchen. A couple more throughout the house really is helpful. Okay? Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Your fire trucks have the ability to control the traffic signal?
We do. That's a lot of fun. We don't do it coming back from fires, unless we're late for lunch. No, we don't. We do. We have the Opticom system that has just come online. If you remember last year, year before, fire chief and a firefighter in Rocky Mount, Virginia were killed when they were responding to a house fire and went through the light and somebody came and hit them, rolled the fire truck and killed them both. We have the Opticom system now where when our fire trucks are going down the road, it's sending a signal out all the time, and within a half a mile, it starts changing that light. By the time we get there, it changes the light to green, and you guys traveling down the road can see that. You're going to see our lights. You're going to hear our siren. Please move slowly to the right, as close as you can. Is anybody here from North Carolina? Good. Get people from North Carolina can't drive with a blink. They will not get out of the way for nothing. I already have fire trucks up yonder. I can't, but you can on a good day. Much less, and you can. We got big trucks, big horns, and big sirens. Now you got that little big horn. We're blowing big horns, big stuff, and I love it. But they will not get out of the way. If you see an emergency vehicle coming behind you, please slowly move over to the right lane. Don't freak out and stop. Don't go left. Slowly, when you can, move over into the right lane. Keep moving with traffic, signal, and get over into the right lane. If there's a fire truck coming at you, slow down and ease over to the right. That gives us more room, and trucks is wide. You know, it's like going down the aisle at Walmart, and somebody's coming, and they've had a great Christmas. You know, you're having a great Thanksgiving. You can't get by. Well, you scoot over a little bit. Scoot over. Take care of it. Take care of it. If we're behind you, move over slowly and get out of the way. I promise you won't run over. Okay? We do have the option. Do what?
I want to make a left turn. Does the people